while
He
still
always said
married
he
to
was gonna
him.
hang
Maybe he
himself,
was her pimp,
socially speaking,
driving her
and he
to
did just
airport
that.
for meeting. You
Can
know
we get
what?
some ropes in the chat for Scott?
I have a hot take right now. There's actually a lot I want to cover. So remember, I was saying that there was like never before seen exclusive, leaked knowledge, information about Scott that's going to be revealed on this stream. I'm going to reveal it. All right. I'm only gonna reveal one though. All right. The others, I'll wait. I'll wait and I'll see if I want to later for a later date, or maybe I'll just keep it in my back pocket. All right. GG. Scott finally told the truth for once during the whole drama. He always said he was gonna hang. Oh, socially speaking, and he did just that. Can we get some rope in the chat for Scott? Is there even a rope emoji? Is there even a rope emoji? I don't know, guys. Is there? Spill the tea. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Scott is more crazy than my sister's ex-boyfriend. Scott is objectively a very mentally unwell individual. All right, that's the thing with Scott. You know, I think he crossed the line recently. I don't know what you guys think. Like, now he's just liking fucking tweets that are wishing death upon me, which is like, you know, it's the internet. That's gonna happen or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, you know, isn't Scott against that? Doesn't Scott claim to be against that kind of shit? They're like, oh, you're not allowed to wish death upon me. I'm a victim. I'm doing this for my son. Scott is so scary, bro. Scott is a legitimately scary guy, but not for the reasons he wants to be. Like, Scott wants... Oh my god, there is a fucking rope emoji. What the fuck? So, Scott wants to be like... He wants to be scary like Batman for some reason, right? He wants to be like the Dark Knight. He thinks he's a superhero. Like, he wants to be Batman or some shit, right? What Scott doesn't understand is he's more scary like in a serial killer kind of way, right? Because the thing with Scott is like, Scott's the type of guy that, no cap, like, he comes off like the type of guy that would like stab somebody to death and be like, I'm doing this for my son. It's like this guy tries to rationalize all these horrible behaviors of his with like, it seems like his crutch is like, I'm doing this for the greater good, or I'm doing this for my son. But like, he's just, dude, he's just a fucking psychopath. This guy legitimately is one of the craziest whack jobs we've dealt with on this channel. So I'm going to read out some messages. All right, some of this I will have to blur out a little bit because I don't want to give out too much information. Let me. I didn't even vet this shit that much, but it should be fine. Fuck, how do I work up to this? This ain't no army. It's the Sen Nation, all right? Should we team up with the Delirious Army, guys? All right? I'm gonna ask you a question, all right? I'm gonna ask you a poll. Look. Should the Sen Nation team up with the Delirious Army? You guys be the judge of that. You guys decide. I like making controversial polls. I like making polarizing polls. All right, that's what I do here. That's what we do here, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm making a poll that's polarizing. Get what I did there? All right. There's the awesome. There's the rope emojis. I didn't know. You know, I didn't know there were rope emojis, but now I do. Also, just to go really back, Dev, if you're still here, Deb. Thank you for the big dono at the beginning of the show. Appreciate it. The let's fucking go always will get a heart. So thank you. If you're still here, appreciate that. So what do we do? Okay. Do we talk about some mainstream shit real quick? Do we talk about some mainstream stuff real quick? Some Russell Brand stuff, some Russell Brand. You know, it's so weird that this whole Russell Brand thing has become intertwined with like Elon. I kind of just want to get this just it's a guilty pleasure, or not a guilty pleasure, but I just kind of want to get this out because I think it'll lead to an Elon rant. And I like Elon rants because I don't like Elon Musk because he's annoying. So this person says that Russell Brand released a new video addressing the alarming state of online censorship, encouraging his YouTube audience to follow him on Rumble. Brand highlights the blah blah blah. Okay, so basically, Russell Brand makes a pro Rumble video, and then Elon Musk comes here, right? You know, Elon Musk, you know, the Tony Stark of the generations or whatever, you know. He says it is rather disappointing that he is exclusively pushing Rumble when X has supported free speech just as much. Now, this is a straight up lie, because if that were true, why is Leafy banned, right? That's my number one. But opinions on X's new reporting systems. So you can see all these things don't really, it doesn't seem like the type of place that would support free speech. So it's a little bit of another little lie, another little inconsistency by our good friend Elon, right? There you go. I mean, I would play this Russell Brand thing, but I'm not really a shill for this guy, to be honest. You know, like hearing about how he was like in his mid-20s hitting on a 16-year-old, kind of like, I don't know. It kind of like, it's like I don't really want to defend this guy. You know what I mean? Maybe the clout hungry shills will. I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good. The only reason I know Russell Brand is due to him being Katy Perry's ex-husband. Yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing. Oh yeah, by the way, right now on the poll, 56% of you say, dude, it's fucking divided. What is this shit? So divided. 56% of you say that we should join the Delirious Army. And 44% of you are pushing back and are saying we should not join the Delirious Army. Oh my god. What is happening, guys? What is wrong with the Delirious Army, guys? All right. Now 57% of you, now 59% of you are saying we should join the Delirious Army. Now it's going back and forth. Now 60% of you are saying we could join the Delirious Army, and 40% of you are pushing back and saying we shouldn't join the Delirious Army. What is happening, guys? What is going on? It's all over the place. You guys. Join the dark side. Wait, is the Delirious Army the dark side? Is it? Yeah. They're white knights. Just kidding. There's a teddy bear there. I said my opinion already. Just curious. All the drop in X when Elon starts who all drop in X when Elon charging for it after being free since Twitter started? Honestly, maybe me. Again, I said this before. It's not because I can't afford the $2. I think a lot of people will drop it not because they can't afford like whatever is going to be the price, which I would assume would be maybe like $2, maybe a little more. I don't know. But I think they would drop it just off principle because it's like, why? Like, I don't understand why people are celebrating, you know, losing more money, right? It's like motherfuckers will celebrate losing money now when they've been crying about like, you know, a lot of other. It's fucking ridiculous. It's kind of like the Russell Brand thing. It's like some of these grifters say they're so anti-pedophile, and then like when they find an adult hitting on a 16-year-old, they call this guy a pedo, and they're like, it's unacceptable. But then they find Russell Brand, who has all this clout and shit, and they can grift off of pretending like outrage for Russell Brand. And then they're like, oh, you know, let's completely disregard the 16-year-old thing, and let's just, you know, let's use the argument of, oh, we're you know, it's legal in their country. It's so grifty, and it leaves a bad taste in your mouth because it's like these people don't stand for anything. They only stand what can make them more profitable, make them more money, make them more relevant. And I don't want to suck up to Russell Brand for clout, bro. No offense. Like I don't feel like doing that. I see plenty of people that are doing that now, which is fucking hilarious. Some in particular, some more than others. All right. But yeah, I don't know. I'll just cover whatever makes me interested, as per usual. Or whatever person makes this shit personal, like Scott. Delirious is the brain dead side. Come to the light. Ha ha ha. They're a bunch of assholes. It's not that dark. We have night lights. I can't team up with a bunch of people who harass and have no brain cells no matter how hard they fight. But they're called the Delirious Army. It sounds funny and cool and quirky. I don't know, bro. I don't know. But anyway, remember, Sen, one of those people are upset with you for not being understanding enough to zero. Yeah, that's horrendous. I don't know, man. Like, at the end of the day, there's going to be some changes happening. There's going to be some things happening, all right? It's going to be a new evolution. It's going to be a new arc for Sen, all right? It's going to be the new evolution because all we can do is evolve. We can't deteriorate. We need to evolve to live and survive, guys, all right? So whatever happens. Just know that I won't steer you in the wrong direction, all right? To me, the Delirious Army are basically yes men who just blindly listen to the leader without a single thought. Lopez, what the fuck? It's not friend of Scott something. Isn't that friend of Scott something, son? Which friend? Oh, you mean the fucking... that thing? Yeah. That guy is like straight up. Oh god, Scott. Oh my god. Yeah, so I guess we can get into this, all right? Let's get right into this shit. Let's get rid of the Russell Brand shit. So I don't know if you remember this, guys. But our good friend Scott, who by the way is now back on Twitter, all right? So that didn't last long. He apparently purged his Twitter. I guess I'll start with this update. So today, early in the morning, he purged his Twitter. Like, he got rid of he nuked it, right? For whatever reason. He deactivated, I guess, for a period of time. But now, as we started this stream, apparently he went ahead and he came back. He came back. Look at this. They're back. They're back. Scott is back. All right. He couldn't last, guys. He couldn't last on the, like, he can't get rid of the internet. He's addicted to the internet. All right. He's more addicted to the internet probably than Liz and Delirious, if we're being honest. Look at this shit. He's back. He's, again, didn't take long. That's it. He's back. But yeah. But you know what isn't back, and I don't think any of you people have like really fact checked it very much, but the GoFundMe is down. Apparently, the GoFundMe is down. Can we get a fact check on that? Any of you guys on the GoFundMe right now? Last time I checked, it was down. I got a little archive of it. Dude, Scott kills his Twitter more often than he changes his glitch. Lol, what's up, man? Sup, you soggy biscuits. That's right, soggy biscuits. Sen is evolving. Yes, your damn fucking fight. Oh, you're damn fucking right. We need to evolve. There you go. Wait, question. Does Scott have Facebook? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And he looks quite emo. To be honest, he looks quite emo. It's down again. He took the money and dipped. Oh yeah, so that's like kind of the problem I come to this when it's rights from Liz Katz. Lizard Katz, ladies and gentlemen. And so he has his little spiel here about I don't want to show people's things because then you hit the you dark thing, guys. It's like, oh my fucking god, please. But here are the updates. The last update he had, I believe, was in September 13th. And he was letting you guys know how like he had this scheduled appointments. I have scheduled 3 appointments with lawyers to determine how best to proceed moving forward. As I promised, once resources were available and I was able to do so, I have pursued proper legal counsel. They have been paid through your generosity. For this, I am eternally humble and grateful. Scott, I think you're a fucking con man, to be honest. If we're being real here, I think you're a fucking con man. I think you've been playing everybody the whole time. I think you're used to handouts, too. Let's figure out. Let's play a game. What's Scott's name on Facebook? I need to see. Man, I'm not allowed to give out that information. All right? I'm a nice guy. All right, 25 dummies. Don't forget he's using that cash to come get you. Yeah, I know. Apparently, you know, priorities. By the way, if you didn't realize, he removed PhD from his bio when Liz called him out on it. Isn't that technically a good thing? Sorry, all you didn't get your money back. Yeah, so apparently you can request your money back. He keeps the money unless the individual people out there request the money back, right? So if somebody was to say, I request the money back from this GoFundMe, they will essentially get it back. But if they don't request it back, I guess Scott just keeps the money, right? Which is kind of sucky, but whatever. It is what it is, man. You know what? Let's look at the thing I made a video on, which, by the way, if you didn't like that, you should like it. All right, I'm just gonna throw that out there. Let me go ahead and go to that video. So this one was very eye-opening. I'll put it in the thing in case you want to like it or watch it later. But the TLDR of this video right here is that Scott was going ahead and he was well, he said this. Now he's directly calling me out right here. So he said on the 21st, another day, more BS for Mr. Sen. Oh, God. I didn't dox H2O Delirious. I'm not an abusive parent. He continues to make false statements because he doesn't think I can defend myself in court because his dad's a lawyer. So he's doxing me like in real time. Like, this is fucking stupid. He's saying I'm not a doxer while proving that he is a doxer. Because, like, how are you getting that information? Why would you have that information? Why are you putting that information out in the public? You're a fucking doxer, dude. You're a doxer. You threatened to do this to me. I bet you threatened half the people you interacted with in your fucking life. You know what? We'll get to that because now there's kind of proof of that. So we're going to get to that. All right. Once I'm able to address everything, I will, but it's clear they're starving and without info. So he said that. Then some random out there, right? Well, first, hold on. Let me substantiate my claim as to why Scott is a doxer. So this is on TJV stream over here, right? You know what? Let's play this. Let's play.
Whatever.
Let's play.
But
TJ.
I will clarify, before he scrubbed his DMs, he did send me one last thing. And I'm getting this out there before anybody can come pull a, hey, you got to talk about this. You're live currently. He did send me 2 photos before he scrubbed everything. And I didn't save any of it because, trust me, if you saw the photos, you would be like, okay, that's something not to save at all. But this is another instance where I wish I had communication with Delirious because I would love to warn him. He did send me a photo with Delirious's real name below the photo as if it's like a yearbook photo.
See, notice how TJV says his real name. That is a dox. His face, that is a dox.
From a high school.
Oh,
and
no.
It looked like a direct photo of what H2O Delirious looked like. Now, I saw this and I wasn't planning on mentioning it. I could have probably mentioned it, you know, the next time I stream or whatever, but I'm getting this out publicly right now that I did see something, but I'm not going to, I didn't take a screenshot of it. And like I said, Scott scrubbed all the DMs sometime today. He did.
Let's continue.
So Scott basically is exposed for doxing, not even by me, but by TJV. So fucking TJV exposes Scott for doxing H2O Delirious, and Scott says this in return. Scott, you're a fucking doxer. All right? And that's only from the surface level shit. Like, all right? That's only for the surface level accounts. We'll get into the never before seen leaked shit. But first let's get to the tweet where this one guy is apparently like kind of like low-key, very low-key.
Here, this guy over here.
Kind of like threatening my life, you know, he's being a hard ass. This guy's probably under 5'6", if we're being real here. I'm sure he's a criminal. I don't doubt that he's likely a criminal. He's probably not all there, but he's probably very short. He gives a lot of short person vibes. But he is probably likely a criminal who should be behind bars like Scott, if not more so. You know, so he says this, he says, seriously, fuck that guy and these people. Nobody cares if they even died. So Then Scott comes here and he says he couldn't have said it better, and he likes this tweet. So Scott basically wishing death upon me now, which is, you know, that's great. That's a great look for the lawyers out there, by the way, you know, especially the ones where the criminal lawyers are, they're gonna love this, right? I mean, nothing says sane 49-year-old man like this. But yeah, so there's Scott wishing death upon me, which is like, you know, awesome. Keep in mind, if anybody was to do this to Scott, he would fucking lose it. He would do the whole victim complex thing. He would say that the world is out to get him. He would cry. He would say that he's doing this for his son, blah, 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 blah. He would lie to you. He would do all the manipulative, gaslighting shit that he would always do. So this is Scott just being Scott. All right. But now it's time to get to the meat and potatoes, all right? What I really want to get into. All right, what I've been starving to get into. All right? Wow, son, the guy really likes you. Oh, he's a criminal. So neat, man. We know he's a doxer. If your dad's a lawyer, you should sue him for libel. Yeah, that's kind of why I made the poll, like, what was the last stream, like maybe 3 days ago or something. The last poll I did was basically in reference to that a little bit. I didn't outright state it, I'm sorry, but I was playing with the idea, right? Because it is Scott. And I've been finding out some like interesting information about Scott this week. All right, I've been doing some research, all right? I've been doing some research, guys. Scott wants everyone who disagrees with him to die. Lovely, Scott. That surely gets your son back. I know, right? It's so fucking crazy. This guy, dude, this guy is a psychopath, to be honest. All right? I don't, like, I say that I don't feel safe around Scott. That's an understatement. I literally don't. I don't think anybody does. All right? By the way, this is a Discord server. This is, I guess, mine, but this is only like used for uploads. So if you want to keep up with the uploads, like Discord isn't giving you notifications or anything, you can go ahead and like join this or whatever. It's strictly an upload server, so you'll get like an at everybody whenever a new video drops. Basically, it's not meant to be anything else other than that. That's strictly what it is. It is an upload server for people that don't get the notifications through a Discord. So yeah, anytime some foolishness happens or a new video drops, you'll get the notification there because there'll be an ad everybody. Maybe we'll put some channels in the future, but for now it's just strictly for uploads. There's a lot of shit that Scott says too, but I think I do want to get into the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. Like the thing that I've been holding back on for a little bit, but now I really want to get into it. Like, let's find out a little bit of Scott's real life. All right? Let's find out a little bit behind who really is Scott R. All right? Let's find out a little bit from a source, okay? Like a little bit of a, well, it's not an anonymous source, but let's see. Now this was from my head mod. Went ahead and got into communications with this person. Actually, I should say this person got in communications with my head mod, and then they presumed to have these conversations. And well, we're gonna get into it. All right. All right. Let me get this shit. Let me pull it up. All right, never before seen, guys. Exclusive. All right, all week. So are you actually related to Scott, or were you yanking my chain and send stream? I'm down to talk regardless because it seemed like you did at least back up some of the identifying information on his extended family. I'm Scott's cousin. We grew up together in Fontana, California. I moved to Kentucky in my 20s to be back with my family. I haven't talked to Scott since our grandmother died 2 days ago. Let me see. Where are we at? We're at the 52-minute mark. All right. I'm gonna do timestamps, guys. All right. Now, this is going to be never before seen. This is an exclusive. You guys got this first, all right? And there's a reason for that. This is a exclusive, and I will likely, here's what's going to happen. after the stream, likely gonna private it, censor some things, right?
No
And
offense to you
then
TJD,
we'll
but
leave
you
it
should
back
have
up.
smelled his BS
All
a
right,
mile away.
we're gonna leave it. We're gonna
From
put
his
it back
first
up
interview and his
after we edit
emotional,
out the
here's it was
songs.
Amber
We
Heard
edit
vibes.
out all the things, right? We want to make sure that this is able to be up in a professional manner. Okay, so you guys are getting the exclusive right here, right now, before it goes private. All right. Nicholas, thank you for the 5. No offense to you and TJ, but you should have smelled his bullshit a mile away. From his first interview and his emotional tears, it was like Amber Heard levels. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's a fair criticism and stuff. I think that another reason why you wanted to believe Scott is because you were blinded by the dislike that somebody might have towards like Liz or Delirious and stuff, right? But then, you know, when she puts out the receipts and she's the only one putting out those actual receipts that matter, you know, not the things like, oh, his face or something, which is like, whatever, dude. The actual receipts that prove that Scott is a verbally abusive person, right? When you get those receipts, that's when it's like, you know, those matter, and it shifts your perception, and suddenly, you know, Scott's not really the good guy anymore, right? Honestly, I look at Liz and Delirious in a more favorable light now, compared to before. Before, I didn't look at them in a favorable light at all. I quite disliked them. Now, fucking, you know, Scott kind of changed that. You know, he kind of fucking... He did that, you know, he did that. And I'm sure it's not just like the only case with me. I'm sure a lot of you guys got that as well. Amber Turd, that's right. Feel bad for those who couldn't make it to the stream. I know, that's why I'm saying it's an exclusive, guys. You know, you gotta be here for these streams, all right? Sometimes you're gonna get something, you're gonna get stuff that not everybody else is. Also, I think that I want to start giving back to the members a little bit. So maybe I'll start making some of the streams go on members only after the fact. We'll see what happens. All right, we'll see. Maybe I can still trim down segments and re-upload them and stuff. But I figure that can like tackle 2 birds with 1 stone or whatever the fuck. You know, he claims you told him in the private call, listen to me, you'll never get that money back. You know, he claimed you told him in the private on a call. Wait, what is that? What is that in English? You know, he claimed you told him in private on a call. What does that mean? Listen to me, people of Detroit. You'll never get that money back. Oh, that's wild. Okay. All right. So clear up what that means, but we'll keep reading. So he says this, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I got a call on Monday from someone who first said they were with CPS and asked about Scott and Liz, but I didn't know anything, and they were telling me stuff that made me think they weren't with CPS. Then they changed their story and said they were a PI. Then they said they were a YouTube journalist or something. I hung up, but it got me curious about what was going on, and I read what Liz wrote and then found Sen's live stream. I was outraged at the lies Scott was out there saying and the terrible things he did to that boy and to Liz. I've only met her a few times, but she doesn't deserve this.
Everyone except the kid sucks.
Nicholas, thank you for 5. Don't get me wrong, there's no parent in this situation that is right. Everyone except the kid sucks. A lot of people think this too. A lot of people believe that everybody sucks. I mean, hell, if you go to... So apparently the kids is the Bimeth account that hangs out sometimes in like TJ's chat. Even they said, you know, they basically said Delirious, like both parents sucks. It was his own words too. So yeah, but we don't know like how. I mean, as far as everything goes, Liz has been the one that's been the, I guess, the nicest in this whole situation, or the one with the best optics, and really Delirious too. If you're just strictly comparing him to this situation, he's kind of just been chilling and not really doing much of anything. Like the one thing you can critique him on is not being forthcoming with telling TJ, hey, yeah, that's this dude. Like, for example, if Delirious had just given, you know, TJ the heads up, like maybe shown him one thing about Scott that, you know, wouldn't be hard to find out that Scott was, or show Scott, like, you know, his true colors and shit. One receipt, I'm sure TJ would have stopped and wouldn't have gone any further than he did. But Delirious didn't do that for whatever reason. You know, maybe he thought that, like, holding it off or just not giving out all the info or any info whatsoever was the right move. But yeah, that's the thing. My bad. Scott said you told him on a call what your father's career was. What? I don't remember doing that. But I think it's fucking ironic that Scott wants to claim that, yet when I say that Scott threatened me on a call, all of a sudden Scott wants to pretend like that never happened, right? But to save Scott's own ass, right? He needs to say, oh, actually, Sen told me this on a call. Oh, shut up, Scott. Shut up. Isn't that really convenient, right? It's really convenient how, like, the things... We gotta believe Scott when he says Sen said this so he doesn't look like a doxer. Or whatever, right? That's the thing. What about... Yeah, you're so full of shit, Scott. You were so full of shit. But the kid and the cat sucks. Everyone but the kid and the cat sucks. The cat is cool, dude. The cat is cool as fuck, alright? He's just chilling. Dear Weebs in the chat. Oh my god, Bell, for the love of God. That's his defense. His friend is trying to go back up that claim. His friend wasn't even there. He never brought in his friend. The only time his friend was mentioned is when Scott was bragging about how his friends, one friend in particular, he named by name too, by the way. Who, Scott, you're lucky I haven't given out this guy's name, by the way, because you're the one that said it, right? You're literally the one that said it. You brought him up in particular, you fucking asshole. But yeah, Scott was bragging about how his friends, like, you know, assault people or hurt them and shit. So I don't know, Scott, if that's the look you want about your friends, you know, assaulting people, hurting them, causing pain to others. If that's the look you think the court wants to see, well, okay, fine, buddy. All right? That it is what it is.
Fuck out of you with some of the stupid shit that you fucking say.
This is to distract you.
Thank you. It did distract me. Is anyone going to mention the family member Scott dragged into this? Oh my god. Well, this family member is going to pop off, guys. There's so much shit in here. So much juicy shit in here. You guys are going to be, dude, you guys are going to be fascinated by the end of this. Like, you guys are going to, your mind is going to be blown by what Scott did to this person, all right? Your mind is gonna be blown by what Scott did to this person, all right? Scott, and it just further reinforces my point that Scott is not a sane man. He's not stable. He's a danger. Like, when I say this guy is legitimately a danger to human beings, I mean it. I myself feel in danger just talking about this guy. Right? Like, he's fucking talking to this guy in particular, right? He's telling me how his friends wanted to take trips to see me and shit, or they were making threats even back then, right? So Scott is like, you know, a legitimately terrible person. He's also a very dangerous person, which is why I 100% support Delirious pressing criminal charges on him. I would too, if possible. And maybe we'll get there at some point. Because I think Scott needs to be taught a lesson. Because he's a fucking menace. Alright? Sen, when are you gonna expose that Mr. Sen fellow? I don't know, bro. Maybe like in a week. Scott dragged his son, his aunt Liz, and whoever else can be found on the internet into this. I'm beginning to wonder who he isn't bringing in. The friend you're talking about, Sen, has a background in the field of a bodyguard, I believe. Well, we'll see. Hey, Sen, do the math on Scott and Liz. You know the douche is here reading as an alt. Sen, you know what, Scott? You're a criminal. You're a psycho. You know, I fear for my life when it comes to you, and I think you have that effect on people, right? Oh, I can't wait to read these things, dude. I have to believe Scott's been trying to target me as well. Yeah, like anybody that's honestly anybody that's had an interaction with Scott, you know, I'd just be careful. You know, because you never know. Like this guy is legitimately unstable. You don't know what he can do to you. You know. It is he's a dangerous guy. I'm just imagining that the aunt was talking to Scott's ex-girlfriend and used the audio in out of context manner. Cornbread man with the lull. Scott is a straight up jackass. I agree. Send do the math on Liz and Scott. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know what that means. Okay, so right now, 64% of you are saying that I should join the Delirious Army. Or sorry, that we should join the Delirious Army. Oh my gosh. Should we fucking join the Delirious Army, guys? What's going on? Guys want to join the Delirious Army? Quit stalling and fucking read. Oh my. GG Evans. Scott, if you're reading this, you're... Oh my god. XX Lopez 1998 isn't taking any shit from Scott. He's gonna represent the Sen Nation. Alright, he's gonna show Scott what's what. Careful, Scott's Batman though, you know, he's like a martial artist, he trains with the ninjas and shit, you know. Hey Scott, you dense fuck, how about you use the money you you stole from people and use it to get into therapy? Oh, Scott. You know, Scott will probably be like, you never say that to my face. Scott, how did you deal with the Satanist cult, by the way? Did you ever confront them face to face, or what happened? Did you put on your cape, you know, did you become the Dark Knight? You know, when you fought the Satanist cult, you know, those people, did you get scared of them? Did they do anything messed up to you? I don't know, Scott. You know, Scott was in the Satanist cult. Scott is a man that's been around the world, all right? Scott is a legend, all right? But he's still like the type of guy that would probably stab you in your sleep. All right, he's a fucked up human. All right, enough stalling. All right, let's keep going. I haven't talked to Scott, blah, blah, blah. I got a call from Monday. Yes. They changed their stories that they were PI. Then they said they were a YouTube journalist. I hung up, but it got me curious. Found Sunstream outraged with the lies Scott was out there saying and the terrible things he did to that boy and to Liz. I've only met her a few times, but she doesn't deserve this. Then GG Evans 317 says, was it a man or a woman who contacted you, and could you make out the age they may have sounded like? Cookie Dealer says, a man. I actually thought it was you at first when you said you got the full story. I was like, fuck. GG. JJ Evans says, oh, I get that a lot whenever someone gets roped into these situations. Yeah. See, the second in command thing isn't just the joke, you know? Okay, so, like, legitimately, I'm the actual Batman, all right? Not Scott. Scott is, like, a fucking cosplay Batman. He wants to pretend like he's Batman. All he does, really, is smear people. He backstabs them. He fucking threatens their lives. He probably tries to attack them, too. He does that. And GG Evans is actually, like, fucking Alfred, all right? He's, like, the legit Alfred, all right? This is like this generation's version of Batman. Alright, except I'm Sandman. And GG Evans is GG Evans, not Alfred. Alright? Now you now you know. Okay, for this next section, I do have to block this out because I mean I could honestly I could just take a screenshot, to be honest. Should we take a screenshot, guys? Should we take a screenshot? Should we take a screenshot and put it up on the screen? All right, I guess we could do that. All right, we'll do that. We'll take a screenshot. We'll do this live for all of you. For the Delirious Army. No. The Sen Nation. All right, we'll do this. We'll do this right now. Let's see. Edit, cut. I'll black this out. Okay, because I don't want to show that. We're being careful, okay, guys? We're being proper. Alright, so we're gonna get this screenshot right here. I'm gonna post this. Post this here. Then we enlarge it. Alright. Just a second. Alright. I guess TJV got his C and D since he's not talking about all the Scott stuff. Dude, that would suck. I'll put it like this. If you give Scott a chance, he's going to take a mile. Fuming angrily. Oh my god, whatever, Bell. Someone make a meme of the two guys shaking his hand, one in the Sen Nation and the other one in the Delirious Army. All right, let's do it. All right, you know what? Let's do it. Fucking do it. Do it, Bennett. Do it. We should do it. Do it. Fucking do it. The Delirious Army. The Delirious Army. Fucking go. I don't know. It has a look. It sounds fancy. All right, there's a nice ring to it. I won't lie. All right, so G.G. Evans, Alfred over here saying, I get that whenever Batman gets roped into these situations. Then Cookie Dealer says, you know when I jumped in with us not being German or Asian, that's easy to prove. My first dad is Reiner. That's Scott's name that he's been prancing around using for the last fucking month and a half. That he uses GoFundMe for, his public GoFundMe. So he says, it's complicated, but the family has been there for over 200 years. He's not German. Then look at my aunt, Scott's mom. Does she look Japanese to you? She says, I'm just saying this because it's just the most basic thing about a person, and that is how much he is willing to lie about. So what do you want to know? What would be useful in helping destroy any last vestige of credibility Scott might have? G.G. Evans says, I'm guessing she either never married Scott's father or divorced and reverted back to her maiden name. Cookie Dealer says they were never married, but read the first post. It was written by Scott when she died. G.G. Evans says, unfortunately, I don't have a Facebook account right now. Who does? Like, honestly, never have a Facebook unless you're never going on the internet or you never want to become a public figure. Because Facebook was the original doxers. All right. But I can set one up later to have a look. As for what I need clarification on, Scott told me is like a rap sheet a mile long. Like, how is his grandfather a 33rd degree Freemason? That's right. Scott actually fucking said this. Scott is a fucking lunatic. Now, G.G. Evans spent 9 hours or more on the phone with Scott. Scott spilled his guts out, or like his fabrications out, to G.G. Evans for about 9 hours or more. And we're about to find out how much of that Scott was capping and how much of that he was telling the truth. So yes, Scott actually said that his grandfather was a 33rd degree Freemason. That is what Scott claims, ladies and gentlemen. Scott claims his grandfather is a 33rd degree Freemason. Mr. Sun is Batman, G.G. Evans is Alfred, and Chilled Venom is Robin. That's true. That's absolutely true. But then who's TJV? Who's TJV then? All right. Jason Todd vibes? Yeah, perhaps. He's a Freemason. Yeah, that's what Scott's saying. Apparently his grandfather's a 33rd degree Freemason. This is what I'm talking about. This guy is fucking loony. All right, he belongs in the loony bin. Scott the lol cow LL Nightwing. His Facebook is mostly used by family and real friends. Anyone know how much Scott made on his GoFundMe? He made about $1,000. Actually, I can go and give you the exact thing from this archive. Just give me a second. Yeah, or like, all right, I found it. Yeah, so Scott made about $1,125 out of his $7,500 goal, and he had 25 donations for it. Let's see. All right. So let's go off the Freemason thing. Let's see what they replied with. Oh, God. All right, I have to redact a lot of stuff. All right. Let me edit this out. Fuck. Edit. Yeah, you're gonna have to bear with me, chat. Bear with me, chat. All right. This person is not happy that Scott is lying, by the way. All right. Is this enough? Is this enough censor? Yeah, this is good. All right, let's put that here. Let's open that. All right. Are you guys ready? Are we ready to continue on Scott? Last time on Scott Tales, he said that his grandfather is a Freemason. Let's find out if that's true. Do you want to fact check that? Do you guys want to wager whether or not fucking Scott's grandpa is a Freemason? What do you guys think? 1,125. There you go. You got it right. Ads versus the Delirious Army. The Delirious Army. Redsky is definitely the Flash. The more I hear Scott, you know what? You guys are being generous people. Let me go ahead and let me do something for you guys for the ads. All right. Since this is it's going on private after anyway. Let's lower. Let me. Can I edit this actually in real time? Let me see if I can do something for you guys. Customization. Okay. There, I fixed something, and I did this just for you guys. All right. So the ads aren't as bothersome. All right. I don't know if it's working. I don't know if it'll work. There you go. Check your Discord right quick. Oh my God, what's going on? What am I checking? What am I looking for? The fuck is? Oh, wait, I got a message. What is this? Oh my God. What the fuck is this? Okay, thank you for this. So this is it. This is the truce with the Delirious Army. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this. The Sen Nation Army and the Delirious Army. What do you think of that, Alfred? What do you think of that? There you go. There you go. All right. Let me get back to this. That's not it. Okay, here it is. So, is his dad a Freemason? All right. This person says, well, no, our grandfather's side, and he never met his other grandfather. Scott did meet his biological dad until he was 14, and his grandfather on that side had already died. And I know for sure that Neil wasn't a Mason. What a stupid thing to lie about. So Scott is straight up fucking lying when he's saying that his grandfather was a 33rd degree Freemason. All right, like this is kind of one of those things where it like puts things in perspective to you, and you kind of gotta wonder what else is fucking Scott lying about. You know, what else can Scott possibly be lying about? So he's lying about that. Let me go to something else. Then he says they show some receipts. Scott, the only okay, yeah, they show more receipts here. I won't show those. Let's see. This is another one. I actually gotta like. Fuck, do I have to redact some of this shit? What do you think, guys? Should I play it safe? Should we play it safe, guys? Should we redact? Should we play the redact game? The redaction game live on air. Let's see. Okay, fine. All right, we'll do this. We'll redact. We'll redact some things. Just because I'm a nice guy, though. Okay. All right. I'm trying my best. All right, guys. I'm trying my best. But you know what? The thing is, chances are, if you talk to Scott on Discord, he'll probably give you all this information. All right. Let's put this here. All right. So GG Evans, aka Alfred, continues on with the fucking shit that Scott says, or that his grandfather and two of his uncles either ran or sponsored a fleet of race cars across 3 different divisions, how his aunt ran an apothecary flower shop in Indianapolis, his family owning land in the area of Mammoth Cave, Kentucky. I mean, I could go on. Then Cookie Dealer says the racing stuff is true, but we're talking from the 1970s and the 80s when it was just rednecks in General Lee. No, on the flower shop, he has 2 aunts. One is dead and the other is Julie, the one who did the interview with that other guy who was on the live stream. I guess she means TJB. Julie even said she was a paralegal, and no, Mammoth Cave Land. What the fuck? For a brief time, our grandpa Jack did own a racetrack, but it was like in the 80s. We never had anything to do with it. The racing bit is something he tried to use as a way to relate to me, I think, because racing has been in my family for years, but was it the Indy car, sprint car, or even a stock car league? That's what Gigi Evans said. And yeah, if you really notice, Scott will use these fucking weird tactics or whatever to whatchamacallit, like try to get in your good graces or try to like manipulate you, right? It's kind of one of those things. You know, why the fuck? Wait, Hot Pocket, why'd you do that? What the fuck? Also, Hot Pocket, are you here? Why'd you do that? Kind of weird. Sen is basically doing work when it came to shitting on Scat, not a type. I'll tell you this, Scott wouldn't last in the hood. Liz said she met Scott when she was hired as adult actress at the age of 19, while Scott was in his 30s. Yeah, it's another concerning thing that I've noticed with Scott. A lot of people have noticed as well. Scott talks to very young people. Right? Like people that are just barely, you know, they barely turn of legal age, like whether 18 or 19. Scott will talk to these people while being like extremely old. Like he was 30, like exactly. He was 30 when he was talking to Liz, and Liz was like 19, right? Liz had just basically a college fucking thought at the time. And Scott went ahead and he was talking up this basically naive college thought, and he was like already in his 30s, right? And now we come to find out, you know, from an anonymous source, that Scott is still talking to women that are barely of age. Apparently, this comes from an anonymous source. Oh yes, I got the receipts. Don't worry about it. Am I going to show them? Not now. I could if I need to, if I want to, but most importantly, if I fucking need to. But we do have word from an anonymous source that Scott is spending multiple hours with a woman that is barely of age. That is concerning because basically what I'm trying to say is, Scott, why are you talking to these impressionable people, feeding them your stupid, like practically made up stories at this point? Right? Like what is this, Scott? What the fuck is this? You're caught in like 4K lying right now. What the fuck is this, Scott? What is this? What is this, Scott? You're fucking insane. And you're not no joker. You're just weird. Well, I just got here. I don't know why it said deleted a message. I was trying to close the poll. Oh, it was probably like, yeah, I don't know. YouTube, big thumbs. I don't fucking know. Don't forget Sen. He was talking to Liz and trying to get her to do sexual work for a sex and hentai game. Scott just tweeted. Somebody send me Scott's tweet, screenshot that tweet, and send it to me at my Twitter account. I have my DMs open. Send that to me right now so we can see what he's doing. Oh my god, Lopez. I can't read that. I can't. I can't read that. Can't you imagine dating someone in their 30s while I was 19? I mean, I don't know, bro. It's kind of bad. It's kind of sus. It's a little sussy. All right? Because they're easy to manipulate. Yeah, that's the point. That is the point. Like, Scott likes to manipulate people. Scott likes to gaslight people. right? So that is like the point, and this just further reinforces that point. Make sure to send me Scott's tweets, at my Twitter account, so that we can dig the funny, we can look at the funny and shit, and we can also chronicle this. Send it. Come on, send it. Whoever said the thing about Sen's GoFundMe and Mini Latch charity work, I think you foreshadowed something. If Scott knew his crazy ex was mentally unwell, he was taking advantage of a handicapped person and living in their parents' house with her. What the fuck? Oh, so true though. The one time Sen should ignore chat, he doesn't. Why am I gonna ignore chat, GG Evans? Why should I ignore chat right now? All right, I'm having a good time. All right. Oh God, I'm getting shit right now. I'm getting shit. Let's see. Scott just tweeted. All right, Scott just tweeted, ladies and gentlemen. You guys ready to see what Scott is tweeting in real time? Because Scott doesn't understand the concept of spies and people not liking him. All right, let's see. So Scott, hot off the presses, guys. Hot off the presses. Scott says, first, I didn't delete anything. I temporarily took the accounts down. They were deactivated. GoFundMe is being edited. My Twitter is just being deactivated because I have a real job and I need to focus on that. Really? Do you actually? Really? What's that real job? Do you have a real job? I'm curious. Interesting, Scott. Interesting. Do you believe this guy? Do you believe this guy? Oh yeah, by the way, shout out to the person that sent me this. Appreciate you. Thank you. Remember, continue. I have my Twitter linked. If you want to send me, my DMs are open. You can send me Scott's nonsense anytime. I have some messages of him talking to people on DMs. It's fucking cringe. It's just so much. It's so much Scott cringe to go around. It's just like I don't want to become a channel where I just A-log Scott. I just want to get relevant shit. Like, again, if I hadn't seen that he basically threatened my life the other day or wished death upon me or something, I would have not covered this idiot. Like, right? I would have just continued to talk about, like, whatever, like, Musk or Brand or some stupid shit like that. But this guy literally just casually wished me to die, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you want to be a dad and you're wishing this guy who's like half your age to die because why? Like, are you kidding me? Like, okay. And then you're doxing my fucking dad for some reason? Like, holy shit, Scott, you fucking weirdo. I'm not a doxer, but I'm gonna dox Sen's dad right now. Also, if Scott's stupid defense is to say, oh, well, he told me in a call, it's like, well, did I make it public then? But, like, why are you making it public? Right? If I told you in a call, why are you making it public? I thought you were above this shit. But I guess you're not. You know, he doesn't make sense, like, in any way. It's fucking hilarious. It's amazing. It's great. I kind of like it. I kind of like that he's fucking brain dead. Scott is always tweeting on his yappy ass real job. I really want to... I ain't reading that. No. I didn't delete anything. I took down accounts that had everything on it. What do you call it? Scott talk in chat. Defend yourself, Scott. Scott Cringe is a nice YouTube channel. Scott would be the next Johnny Somali. Hiya, Hot Pocket. How's it going? You wasted everyone's time with 30 minutes of music. Hey, they like the music, okay? GG Evans or Alfred. Scott Bitch Boy, why hiding? Come chat with us. You're not Jesus Christ, Lopez. You're popping off. Send a dono and make a defense for yours. Exactly, Hot Pocket. See, Hot Pocket gets it. Scott should send a donut right now. A dono, not a donut. Well, donuts do sound pretty good right now. But he should send a dono. All right? That's what Scott should do. He should send a dono, for his defense. It'll look nice and vibrant. Fuck, I gotta find this. Hold on. Okay. All right. So, back to this thing. So, apparently, Scott's grandpa isn't a Freemason, and Scott is just lying again. GG Evans suspects that Scott was just trying to get in his good graces. So then Cookie Dealer says, I wouldn't know, it's not my thing, but the uncle he's talking about is, and then I redacted the name because I'm a kind spirit. So I'm going over to his Facebook page to see if he says anything, but again, this was 40 years ago. Nobody in the family has anything to do with it now. Isn't that just like a parasitic liar, though? Give you an ounce of truth so that you will believe the rest. So this person of Scott's extended family is basically just exposing the fuck out of Scott right now. Like, this is what I mean by spicy exclusive, right? This isn't even the only person, all right? This isn't even the only person. You would be surprised, I guess, when Scott makes an ass of himself live. And I know Scott's fucking freaking out trying to figure out who are the leakers and shit, who's telling us stuff about his real life and shit. Like, I'm sure he's trying to figure that out. He might be threatening people right now. And these people, these brave souls, might be fearing for their life right now because Scott is so fucking batshit insane. And, you know, he said this so many times, I have nothing to lose. You know, he makes these threats. Like, he's like, oh, I have nothing to lose. He might as well say he wants to fucking assault you at this point. Alright? It's fucking crazy. You don't even play the songs I send you to pick. That's because they're bad, Alfred. They're really bad. They're like that one Tokyo Drift song is so bad. I hated it. It was like cringe. Donuts, yes. Nasen, pizza and monster sounds good right now, my guy. Are you gonna help with that, Hot Pocket? Are you gonna help with that, though? Scott, I know you're here. Say something in chat. Quit hiding behind the scenes. Scott's response, well, Sen, you talk to me and I have the right to post it since you direct message me. I didn't even message this guy on Discord ever. The only reason I talked to this dude is because TJ put me in a call with him after he threatened to sue me because I accidentally flashed his number or something. Which, by the way, Scott, you shouldn't be sending strangers on the internet your number, number one. Number two, I thought you were like preaching about people doing accidents all the time, but I guess only Scott is allowed to make accidents, guys. Only Scott. If you're not Scott, you're not allowed to do accidents. Sucks. Scott is a pathological liar. It's clear to see you can't really take the dickhead seriously. Apparently, I mean, not even his fucking family takes him seriously from the looks of this. Maybe the criminals that he calls his friends take him seriously or whatever. Maybe they do. But certainly not Scott. And Hot Pocket, thank you for the big dono. Bro, you gotta ask, you know, I got you, homie. Buy some pizzas and monsters. I will do so, sir. Very much appreciate you. As per usual. I'm gonna just say it. Scott spies are here. Not gonna say whom, but crazy no one sees it. No, bro, we know. All right, we know that they're here. We know that they're lurking. We know that they want to assault. They're criminals.
Bruh, you gotta ask? You know I got you, homie. Clapping hands, medium light skin tone. Clapping hands, medium light skin tone. Thumbs up, medium light skin tone. Buy some pizza and monsters.
Let's go. But yeah, we know they're all criminals. We know Scott's people, you know, and I'm not even saying that for like the sake of like making them look bad. Scott literally brags about how you guys do illegal shit, how you guys have like killed people before. He has bragged about this. I don't know if he does it to sound cool or he wants to like instill the fear into me and Alfred over here. But he's literally said that you guys are fucking, like, you're crazy, you're criminals, that you attack people, that you fucking do this and that. It's like, what the fuck? What do you want me to say? I'm just saying what the fucking guy said. He literally basically said you guys are criminals. And some of you are! Some of you are! I know for a fact some of you are. So it's like, fuck off! Anyway, isn't that a parasitic liar? Blah, 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 blah. G.G. Evans says, as for the flower shop, he said it was converted from a family home that was used as a Freemason lounge at one point. I know you said it was bogus, but he did go the extra mile of mentioning the 33 steps to the basement. Then the person says, that's insane. No, that's not true. Wow. His aunt Cindy was unfortunately an alcoholic who never left the house. She was married to the Japanese guy that Scott ripped off his ethnicity. So now Scott is just literally taking other people's ethnicities and applying it. That's like some narcissistic fucking sociopathic shit, my dude. Like, what the fuck is that? So your aunt, right, is married to some Japanese guy, and you take his ethnicity for some reason. Like, Scott is going around calls now. He's saying, I'm German and Japanese, dude. Like, it's like, fuck off, dude. Does this guy ever tell any truths? Like, what is this shit? Horrible, Scott. Horrible. Here is, and then they name the person the race car guy. He does go by, and then he gives them the name of, like, his nickname, what he goes by. But I think that's just where he's from. There's no mention of race cars because it was forever ago. They link like a way to contact them. I was going to show you this person's FB, which is, I guess, Facebook, so you can see. She couldn't do that, but they took it down. We have none, zero, nada association with the Freemasons. It's crazy talk. So yeah, Scott will just lie about being like cool with Freemasons or some shit. Like, I don't know what else he's fucking lying about. Like, this is what I mean. The guy will like try to con you into thinking he's fucking Batman or Tony Stark, and then you'll find out that he's just fucking lying. Which kind of like makes me wonder, does he try to con his like is he a con man in real life too, like for his job? Is that what he does? Like, is he a professional con man or something? You guys think Scott's a professional fucking con man? I think, like, Scott really literally gives me the vibes of the type of guy that would, like, lie to literally his, like, his clients or something. That's the type of guy this guy comes off as. Let's see. See if I gotta redact anything on this one. Anything here? Okay, I don't think I gotta redact anything on this one. Okay, now we're getting into the Satanist shit. This sounds like how he claimed about H2O Hispanic guy image. That's not sociopathic. It's sad. It's catfish and trying to seem more interesting than what he is. An overly emotional 49-year-old hacker hitman who is a racist, insane, and associates himself with criminals that has nothing to lose is a pretty scary person. Online, not so much. Yo, he is a scary person. Like, this is the type of person that Liz had to deal with. Like, I honestly can't really blame her for just not immediately acting on this, because it's like difficult and you're put in that situation, right? And it looked like Scott legitimately preyed on her, like in the sense of like, she was a 19-year-old, obviously she was obviously naive, really had no idea about how the world was acting or how the world was going to play out. Scott was already like in his 30s. He already understood the world and how it worked. And he just saw Liz and he started fucking like whatever. Like, it's fucked up. The fuck is this? God damn, shit's crazy. Okay. Yeah, crazy guys. Scott might be at. Oh, come on, Redsky. He seems like another. Why does everybody think? Why is everybody saying this about Scott? Yeah, I can't say that because the motherfucker will legit... Look, this is how much Scott doesn't care about his son. He literally will use the money that he's made to not get his son back. He'll use it on me for a case. I guarantee you. That's how much of a petty fucking bitch Scott is. He will use that money for his own fucking personal gain, not for his son. Because I don't think he actually fucking cares about his son. Okay, so let's get into the Satanist shit. All right, what Scott claims about the Satanists. All right, okay, this next one might be a bit out of your wheelhouse since it doesn't have anything to do with your guys' family and such. But Scott also claimed to know Andrew Levi and to be a part of the Leviathan Satanist group. Basically, they're a bunch of atheists who like to troll around with the idea of worshiping Satan for political reasons. The person says, well, that is true and fucked up. It's part of the reason his first kid got taken away from him. All right? So yeah, I don't know if you guys knew this, But apparently Scott has had another kid before, not with Liz. And now we're finding out here right now in real time that the kid got taken away from him. So if you guys ever wonder if Scott was a deadbeat dad, well, now you know that he is a deadbeat dad apparently, because this person, who for all intents and purposes has matched the description of being related to Scott in some way, having all these key details about Scott's life. Yeah, he had another kid. And he got them taken away because he's a deadbeat that'd rather hang out with a Satanist worshiping group than take care of his own kid, apparently. But anyway, they said, but to my knowledge, they had a falling out and Scott had to go into hiding because the dude's followers nailed animal. Put that back up. So yeah, so Scott is rolling with all these guys while he has a kid. He's a deadbeat dad. All right, he's putting his own fucking weird satanic ideology, and he's putting them above his kid. Does that sound like a guy who actually gives a shit about his son? No, it doesn't. It sounds like a fucking insane motherfucker that doesn't care about his son, doesn't care about anything. You know, it's fucking crazy. So let's continue on. So Gigi Evans says, yeah, he claimed one of the prominent members of the group hated him and they almost came to blows. But Scott blindsided him with a kiss on the lips. Does that ring any bells? So yeah, Scott apparently told Gigi Evans that the Satanist group leader and him fought because, you know, again, Scott is Batman in his mind and they're fighting. And then, you know, Scott, in order to, you know, assert his dominance, starts making out with this dude for some reason. That's Scott's way, bro. That's how Scott deals with this shit. You know, what a healthy life this guy's kids is gonna have grown up. I know, right? Yeah, Scott needed to establish dominance, all right? So he ended up kissing this other dude just to establish dominance. Ooh, that's fucking, dude, that's crazy to me. Next thing you know, Scott is a member of the cartel. I know, dude, Scott has been everywhere. All right, Scott is literally Batman. He is Superman. He's Batman. He's Tony Stark. He's Spider-Man. He's who's that fucking guy? The guy. What is it? Is it Doctor Strange? Yeah, he's Doctor Strange. You know, he's Wolverine. He's all of these people combined. He's had multiple lives. You know, he is a legend. All right, he's everywhere. He is everything. That's Scott, bro. Scott uses passionateness. It's very. Hey, you want to fucking go? Gay scene with the goat blood. Oh my god, he's sounding almost as bad as Danny Masterson. Ayo. Honestly, that's some Mike Tyson vibe. Scott made the pyramids. Yeah, Scott was in Egypt. He also... I love how, like, we're, like, seeing firsthand how fucking delusional and insane this guy is. Like, not only is he a dangerous human being, but he's straight up delusional as well. It's very fucked up. Alright, it's very fucked up shit. Oh, my God. Alright, hold on, I gotta get a drink real quick. All right, so you know what that means? That means more copyrighted music. Ho! But it's okay, guys. It's okay. Don't worry. It's just a little bit. All right. What should we play while I get some shit? He's a deadbeat father, apparently, according to this person. So let's see what they said. Scott hid at my house like a pussy. No, that's not what happened. All right, so previously, Gigi Evans apparently said that Scott told him that he blindsided him with a kiss on the lips. So, you know, Scott will sexually assault you. Yeah, wait a minute. Isn't that sexual assault at this point? Like, okay, so Scott will sexually assault you if... So if you're getting in a heated argument, he won't assault you. He'll just sexually assault you, because that's the I don't know. I guess that's how Scott deals with his problems. He will just sexually assault you. He will kiss you without your consent. But luckily, this person says Scott hit in my house like a pussy. No, that's not what happened. You know, the tough guy stuff that Scott says is a complete lie. He has never been a hired goon. He has never been a boxer. He doesn't do martial arts at all, ever. He just says that so people will leave him alone. So according to this person, if what's to be believed, all the threats Scott has made are just nonsense, and he just uses this to have control of the situation. Or what, from when we've seen in the Liz Katz text, right? They're more of like a control thing rather than him trying to get out of a situation, which is all right. So Gigi Evans says, kind of figured given how he reacted to some of my jokes from Sun's stream. Person says he would have picks, right? You used to box or do martial arts. Why would he tell a total fucking stranger that shit about Levi? Wouldn't you be ashamed of that? Oh, this PhD on his Twitter? Come, none of you think he's a PhD, right? So apparently Scott is lying about being a PhD too. Like, is there anything this guy won't lie about? Let me see if anything needs to be. Let's see. Should I? Let's see. Is there anything that needs to be redacted? You know what? Yeah, let's redact some things. All right, because we're good people here. Okay, what are we redacting right now? All right, let's put this here. Yeah, okay, this next one is kind of fucked up. This next one is gonna be kind of fucked up. Let's see. Okay. I think. Yeah, I think this is. Yeah, this is it. Okay. And this one is kind of like one of the fucked up ones, actually, now that I'm reading this back. Yeah, this is kind of fucked up. All right, let's find out more about Scott's deadbeatness. All right. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for more deadbeat Scott? I'm just betting that Scott is a cheater. Deja vu hitting hard. Scott fought the alien and the vampire invasions. Yeah, he was there, guys. He was there. He was there. He was there for all of it, all right? All right, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? I will dunk on Scott any chance I get. I mentioned the PhD thing, but yeah, is it real or not? I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't real. Scott's a madman. A made man in the Italian mob. Scott almost stopped the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. What was he trying to get his half dino, half hacker man son back? Scott isn't intimidating. He's the least intimidating person group of kittens. He's also the head of the Yakuza. yeah, he's Japanese after all, right? Yeah, absolutely. All right, it's time for Scott being a deadbeat dad number 2. All right. Previously, he lost his fucking connection to his first child because he was too busy being a Satanist to actually settle down and have responsibilities, you know. Next, let's see. Gigi Evans says, I've only dabbed in the sweet science a couple of times as a way to lose weight and learn self-defense, but nothing too serious. You mentioned his first kid being taken away before. Scott told me that his first kid was brainwashed by his mother into becoming a trans because she was a neuropsychiatrist. The person says, what a terrible thing to say about your own child. So apparently, this is Scott. This is Scott. Oh, can anybody do a check on see if Scott's tweeting anything? Like, is he debunking these claims in real time? Like, I want to know. Like, is this person making all this up? How do they know such intricate details of your life? How does it seem like they know you so well? Or is this like an elaborate op, Scott? Are they telling the truth or are they lying? Please tell me. I need to know, Scott. Oh, Scott Gas. Oh, we're not saying that. Scott parted the Red Sea. Scott has the cure for cancer but won't share. It's always someone else's fault. Scott gave Kiryu cancer. No, he didn't, but he was there. Scott stormed the beaches of Normandy and made it to Berlin. So again, it's over now. We can't change it. Scott drove the Batmobile. Scott... Dude, Scott has literally become like a new meme, alright? Scott is literally a meme. Alright, that's basically what he is. But he's a meme that could probably, because he's so insane, he could probably cause harm to you. So yeah, I don't know. Take that as you will. Alright, take that as you will. Scott tried to save Tupac, but ended up kissing the What did I miss? Oh, apparently Scott, well, he's not a very good father, but I think you could figure that out by now. So Gigi Evans says he also uses the story as the reason why he won't seek therapy. Basically, Scott says that his first kid was brainwashed by his mom into becoming trans because of neuroscience or psychiatry or whatever, and that's the reason Scott won't seek therapy, apparently. That's whatever. So then this person says Scott lost custody of his first child because he was doing the same shit to them as he was doing to, and then they name the current son Bimit. We'll call it Bimit. We'll call him Bimit. The child got burned when they were 6 years old because during the visitation, Scott left them alone and they tried to make food for themselves. Scott being a neglectful parent right now. Their mom went to court and used Scott like MySpace or some shit, where he is bragging about being in church of the Church of Satan against him, and he lost custody and only supervised visitation. But when he met Liz, he stopped seeking any visitation at all. Scott's other ex-wife isn't a psychiatrist, but dude, even if she was, like, how do you say someone brainwashes a person into being trans? Like, my kid is queer, that's really offensive. Then Gigi Evans says he did go on a few rants over more than 10 hours. I talked to him over Discord. Person says, I just checked. His ex-wife is a data scientist. She's like an executive and they name a place. We talk sometimes. Gigi Evans says, so was there someone else he dated that would fit that profile, or is it a contrived story for sympathy? And we're about to find out what else Scott lied about. But yeah, not exactly the father of the year right now, man. Like, what is this? Did I have to retract anything here? Redact. Oh no. Here it is. Okay. No, I don't have to redact anything here. Isn't that woman Liz told Scott to make a restraining order against but didn't? Or was it another woman? It's a different woman, I believe. I think it's another woman. Scott and Super Mario fought. Dan knows while the Titanic was sinking. Scott went to the North Pole and found Santa. Oh, you guys are terrible. You guys are just making Scott a complete meme at this point. Scott snitched instead of 6 and 9. Scott's grandpa was actually George Washington. You guys are crazy. All right, let's keep going. This person said maybe after Liz. No, I got it. He was very specific when I asked him if it was the first child it happened to. Person says he abandoned that kid. The kid is now 26 or 27, probably older than you. Ha 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 ha. Gigi Evans says I'm in my 30s, but they would be closer to my little brother's age. They say, you mean to say they wouldn't have reached out to Scott in the meantime? Scott wrote to them like 5 years ago and blamed not talking to them on Liz. I can actually get you a copy of that email because it was passed around. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? I know what happened with Scott and the psychologist thought, though, I think they meant to say doe. Julie and her late husband are and were big-time Scientologists. Scott moved in with them after Liz left him. That was another thing he mentioned, an uncle who was a lawyer for Scientology. Then they said, I know for a bit Scott was going to their church. Our uncle died, he offed himself, and Julie and her husband sued the mental hospital he was at. That was Julie's husband. He died. So we got more right here. More info about Scott. Let's see if I have to redact anything here. Okay. Let's see. Do I have to redact anything here? We're coming up on the end. Yeah, I could probably... Yeah, let me redact that. And get rid of this. Crop this out. All right. Durable. All right. That's there. That's there. I'll put this here. And yeah, this is going to be one of the last exported message, and then I have to get like the regular. Yeah, so this is the 67 message that's been exported. That was from the original logs here, and now we're gonna go and the rest will get off of the what the fuck is this? Why is fucking Lumnox calling me? What is this? What the fuck? That's so weird. Oh god. Okay. Now don't worry about it. Scott kissed. Oh god. Scientology is a scam. Probably Scott kissed all the members of the male. Anyone want to out-hack the hacker? Scott was the reason the Mona Lisa smiled. What the fuck does that mean? I'm not even gonna ask. All right, let's get into this. He told me that he had chronic heart failure and that he would have to rush him to the hospital. They're talking about Julie's husband. Here's the interesting part. His name was Gary. Gary used to represent Scott in all of Scott's stupid lawsuits. It's how Scott got custody of blank in the first place. Bimith, by the way. Bimith is the name. All right. Hot Pocket, thank you for the 5. Scott knew what The Rock was cooking. Does he? Does he? Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. But yeah, apparently Scott had this guy named Gary that represented all his lawsuits, and he's the reason why he originally gained custody of Bimeth, aka, you know the name, aka the son that's with Liz right now. Liz didn't have any money when she left Scott, and Gary was Scott's free lawyer, so he would fuck with Liz. But when Gary died, Liz got the upper hand because Scott has no money. That explains why Scott is currently, you know, using the GoFundMe and stuff. You ever wonder why this guy seems so, like, did you ever stop to wonder why did he need Liz to give him money to, like, for whatever, right, for rent or whatever? It's because Scott is a bum with no fucking money and is a fucking freeloading loser con man that would that only got his son because he took advantage of Liz not having any money. So Scott doesn't work. He is on disability. You hear that? Scott is on disability. Scott claimed to be blind, so he couldn't work as a programmer anymore, and Gary sued to get him on disability. Yes, Gary had heart failure. No, Scott didn't drive him. Julie did, or my other cousin. Hey, I gotta take off my kid's music class. Unlike Scott, I raised my non-gender conforming kids. That asshole. GG Evans says, sure, we can pick this up later. Thanks for reaching out. Then they said, but hey, look up Scott's PhD. Every dissertation is online. If you have a PhD from 2000 and on, your dissertation is published online. Then let it sink in that Scott is actually a high school dropout. And that I can almost prove. Hear that? Hear that? Damn, Scott. But what happens? How does this end? Do we get any more good stuff? Do we get any more of that good... do we get any more of that good stuff? Surely not. Or surely we do. What do you think? Okay, so what do you think? After all this shit gets exposed about Scott and shit, does Scott go full schizo mode and start making threats, or does he just, you know, cause does he just play it off like, oh, it's okay, this is fine? Like, what do you guys think? What's Scott gonna do? Is Scott gonna go ape shit? Is Scott gonna go insane, or is Scott gonna just take it on the chin and accept his failures and be like, you know, maybe I should change, maybe I shouldn't be a dick, you know, maybe I shouldn't throw rocks in glass, whatever the fuck that fucking thing is. I don't know. Well, what do you think? What is Scott going to do? Scott's in you, Boogeyman. Send Scott's outside your house, and his lips are puckered. Oh, God. Bro, he was projecting so hard on Delirious, and it's so obvious now, calling Delirious out on his one eye, saying Delirious is inept and worthless, etc. Yeah, Scott matches... Well, Scott's a very insecure person. Scott is also, like, he does project quite a bit, right? So, it makes sense, but... Yeah, you heard it here. You heard it here first, folks. Like, Scott is a dropout. He's a deadbeat. He's on disability. He had this guy do favors for him to, you know, take advantage of Liz, and had no money at the time. He is a deadbeat father. You know, he lost custody of his first kid. Not because of any neuroscience or neuropsychology or anything, because he was neglectful. He rather hang out with the Scientologists or the Satanist cult or whatever the fuck they're, letting the kid burn himself because he needed to eat, and then Scott wasn't there being a parent like he should be. You know, this isn't good for Scott. You know, this is not really good. And what's about to follow isn't good either. Alright, so... let's see what Scott does. See what Scott ends up doing. So here we go. September 21st. Hey man, I'm gonna get from this combo. I'm gonna get out from this combo and delete my stuff. Scott saw the comments on YouTube and is calling around making crazy ass threats to everyone. And I don't need that in my life. I don't want to be outed even by my own dumb ass. It was wrong for anybody to give a platform to that psycho grifter so that he can make money off of what he is doing to his son. And I just wanted to support anyone who shows what a fraud he is. Thank you guys for doing this. Good luck. And I don't know if we ever get a follow-up on this, but GG Evans did ask, I do have an important question I need to ask. Who is Max? Scott keeps referencing if you don't answer. Yeah, so one of the people that Scott did mention on a call with GG Evans, aside from the people that he was threatening our lives with, the other 5 or whatever, was a guy named Max. All right, and I suspect that that Max person is that guy that was that Scott liked the tweet of where he wished death upon me. So that guy will now be referred to as Max. What can I find about this Max person? Who knows? What do you think we'll find? What kind of goodies will we find? Or what kind of goodies have we already found about this Max person? I don't know. Maybe we found a couple things. Maybe we didn't. Who can say? Who can say? But GG Evans, did we ever get a follow-up on that? Did they ever reply back, or did they just ghost? Where's my threat, Scott? Where's my threat? Can you add... Scott tried to conquer Hyrule. Maybe Max is his brother. Dog's name is Mad Max. Who the fuck is Max? Apparently Max is one of Scott's criminal friends or some shit. I don't know. He bragged like hard body about this guy being like a hard ass criminal and like you know, killing people or something. Not a good look. I guess Scott thought it made him sound badass, so he was saying that. But I don't know, man. Might have to look into this Max guy and press some charges if we can at some point. I think he is a danger as well, so maybe we'll have to do something about that. Scott is projecting his insecurities onto Delirious, so it maybe Scott is the 500-pound one-eyed ogre. Lord, give Mr. Sen patience. Plot twist: Max is the cat. He has a friend with a criminal. What did Max, dude? Mad Max. Scott is the I can't pronounce that. Scott apparently has the hot for men, yeah. When Scott says him and his friends assault people, he means they sneak in their house at night and kiss them while they're asleep. Hey, that's sexual assault though. So, you know, you're half right there. You're not entirely off. Oh shit. Oh my god, that's rich though. That's awesome. But yeah, GG Evans, did we ever get an update? Did they say anything, or was that all they wrote? Because I am curious. Also, I'm curious, has Scott said anything at all? Scroll up. They ghosted after the last message? Okay. So yeah, Scott started making fucking crazy ass threats and asking around after he found out that the information was. So we can pretty much almost assume that like everything this person has said was spot on from the start. Scott is he's just a danger. He's insane. You found out a bunch of information today here first. Again, I'm going to make some edits to this. Make sure there's no personal info here, and then I'll bring up the VOD. But as of now, the people that are in this live stream right now, you have the exclusives, the craziness of Soy Boy Scott, you know, the kisser, the masked kisser who will kiss you. He'll neglect his first son to be a Satanist. He'll go into Scientology. He was, you know, oh no, man, this guy is a nutcase. He's extremely dislikable, and I don't know. Maybe we'll have more to talk about with this guy in the future. You know, maybe more information gets put out there eventually, or maybe I just feel like revealing more info at some point. I don't know, Scott. I don't know. Hopefully you don't continue to dox my family members. I'd appreciate if you stopped doing that. You know, that would be nice. But I think you have a history of threatening family members, so I don't know if you're gonna pull back on that. Anyway, we've been going on for 2 hours, ladies and gents, and end this poll real quick. And a majority of you guys are saying that we should join the Delirious Army. 64. My bad. 64% of you say we should join the Delirious Army, ladies. Should we join the Delirious Army? I should put that as a poll in my community post. And 35% of you are like, nah, bro. Nah. Scott the type of guy to sing the emo TikTok meme? I said no, the majority. Same sex kiss, aka the devil's kiss. Hashtag Satanist. Alright, guys. But we've been 2 hours in. Hope you guys enjoyed the information. Once again, I'm going to private the VOD and redact anything, right? Any bad info. And then I will go ahead and republish it for all of you. All right? But until then, guys, hope you have a good rest of your day. I will see you all in the next live stream. And stay safe, everyone. All right? Stay safe. Have a good rest of your night. Goodbye, guys. Goodbye.